Dang, I just started Pandora over, and this is the song that come on. Time Today by Moneybags Yo. So remember, for the ones of y'all, I'm going to be doing some readings where you can see the cards directly, and then some that's going to be showing my face. A lot of y'all said that y'all are okay with the seeing the cards, and then when I get to the index cards, you'll see my face. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Hit that notification bell, select all, so you're notified when I do post on this channel. Grand evening, grand rising, grand afternoon, depending on where you are in your sector. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Hit that notification bell, select all, so you're notified when I do post on this channel. Again, welcome to What's the Channel, Rasha. We already got 25 in the chat. Let me get this sage going. We also had a transit when it comes to the moon. So there was what was it, the new moon, right, that we just had. Okay, so Time Today by Moneybags Yo is playing in the background. Thumbs up this video. Make sure you check out the About Me and my channel, the description box of each video, as well as the community section to get important announcements as well as news. So, things that we have been going through is staying awake in this matrix and illusions, and I have noticed the more that they have, the ones of y'all that are light workers are very intuitive you understand astrology, you understand the placements as far as when it comes to the planets that they have created and how it affects your emotions and so on, right? They had me forgetting exactly when it's the new moon and the full moon and so on, because again, when they do rituals and they do spells and they see who you are, first thing that they're going to do to a light worker or somebody that's spiritual or a leader or an advocate, somebody that's supposed to lead other individuals, is affect your memory when it comes to certain things, as far as when it comes to spells, manipulation, rituals that they do, sacrifices that they do. They're going to cause you to have this amnesia where in the past you were remembering all this stuff, but the more that people are doing spells and things like that, it's to slow you down. And at the end of the day, yeah, they're doing that. They slowed you down. They caused you to forget. But again, you are way more powerful than you can ever imagine. And then also these individuals that's doing this stuff to slow you down, you yourself still don't understand how powerful you are, right? So until in the way that we have been taught in society and the system that they have put in front of us is that you need to have, fire coming out your hands. You got to be able to grab, fly and, go through walls and read minds. And, it's like so much that they have gave us that where the vivid you in imagination is one of the other, because you would have your powers if you didn't get manipulated and brainwashed. Your language didn't change. They didn't have, affect your food system. They didn't affect your water. They didn't affect you with shots. You would have those capabilities. So that's why I said it's like hand in hand, one and the same. It's not that you can't access you can't access those because of them, not because of you. Come on now, everybody gonna want their powers if they know they had it. After everything that you have seen when it comes to them creating these cartoon characters, these superheroes, these movies, these TV series, these cartoons, these books that they create, plays that they create, things, entertainment. You want that. The majority of y'all want that, right? So a lot of y'all, that's part of who you are when it comes to, again, this awakening that we're going through. And you can never imagine how much power you have because you don't even know what you're capable of doing, right? You're just going off of the characters that they have put in front of you. You really don't even know what all you're able to do. You're just getting, bits and pieces of the characters and the entertainment that they're putting in front of you. So you don't know what you're capable of. So you will never know how powerful you are until you have that boom moment where, again, you flying, you back to being that god, that goddess, a true royalty, warrior, whatever you are. Once you get to that phase of it, then that's when, a lot of shit gets to moving, and a lot of people have to respect the position that you were in before you got there. Right? Because even though, and it's a part of the Bible, and people talk about it's in Revelations, and how everybody's going to feel bad because they went against, the gods and the goddesses, not knowing, who was who, and, people are going to be committed. They talk about it all. Everybody's going to burn in hell because they treated everybody wrong. Like all that, it was paint a picture for a reason. But again, once they start breaking the laws of the Bible, because the Bible was a document and a book, documents that were created to chapters and books of history of indigenous beings and the gods and goddesses and what happened. And then again, the more control that our enemy gained over us, they were able to rewrite the stories to change it to, make themselves look better, because they had us in a system and an illusion, and we're losing our powers every time that we reincarnate. That's one reason why a lot of things back in the day, they target girls, they target boys, any women that was born, they killed the babies, and things like that. It was certain things that they were doing back then to hinder certain gods from coming back in, because they knew they had more control over the bloodlines than what they do now. Okay? Before, they had bloodlines in, concentration camps and, certain, which they still do, but it's not, these people have been able to move and roam around freely, but there still is control, but they're still roaming around. So they're gaining back some control of their life. So a lot of people that's able to grasp that, you're going to understand like how you were set up to take part of hiding certain individuals' identity, and then also the hijacking of the world, and going back to the beginning and understanding what they have been covering up. So once they broke the laws of the Bible, that was the original 10 commandments that the pharaohs and the gods had created for everybody to abide by, so it would be a balanced life. Because again, we're dealing with new beings and new species that we don't know nothing about. We don't know nothing about them, because you are a brand new species. So we're trying to understand how you tick, how you move. We still, we got the warning, Ross said they will betray you, but at the same time, we still trying to make it a better world. So all that stuff is in the Bible, and it was rewritten, and they changed chapters, and they changed, even some names, added some names in there. They did a lot they have done when it comes to building this documents of original documents, but fabricating them to their illusion so they can keep you stuck and keep everybody confused. So that's all a part of your awakening. In the same time, you still have to live a 9 to 5, an 8 to 5. You still have to create a living and a life, because if you don't, they got shit in place that will take your kids from you. You can't go here, you can't go there, you can't get this. You need money to survive, you need money to eat. Back in the day, it was easier, because people were actually feeding the homeless and sheltering the homeless and doing a lot of things. Now we don't do that, because there's a lot of more violence nowadays when it comes to it. There's a lot of more things on top of that. Alcohol, drugs, that hinders a person's whole journey, depending on how you your intake, what it is that you're doing, what you're going through while you are pretty much allowing dignities to latch onto you once you start realizing exactly what that stuff was that they were using against your will. So like I said, it has been a lot against your will that has happened to y'all that gives you hall passes to understand. Now, here's the thing. You will never hear me say that there is not going to be a war. Because I know that there's going to be a war, because the war is a part of us gods remembering who we are and us activating to our original state. That has to happen. We already know that there is a war among us humans, regardless if you a god, a goddess, a regular human being, somebody that's your enemy, whatever, that there is been injustice when it comes to the way that we have been living, when it comes to sexual trafficking, when it comes to these drugs and alcohols, when it comes to people not having jobs, when it comes to, people killing and murdering people, when it comes to all the negative stuff that we have, them messing with our food and they water, our shots and that. It's a lot of injustice that y'all have went through on the hands of this government that has been controlling you. But at the same time, they also know that right now we are way, and the ways can't even to amount to how far deep we into this and how much we have, how much that has been created when it comes to the bloodlines and people being able to intermingle and all that stuff. That has been a big challenge because, again, we're new races mingling around with existing races. Again, you still understanding who each other are and how you tick. That was all healed from you. They gave you this fabricated evolution chart of, again, their story. You got to understand, you are in a system that explains their story, not yours. And yours, the only way that you get in their story is they gonna paint you as being the bad guy, and they gonna paint you as being the one that they took their identity. Okay? And you still have to go through this awakening and go through all those stages at the same time and be able to balance yourself mentally, physically, as well as emotionally after you're realizing everything that they have been putting you through to keep you stuck. A lot of people don't make it to where you are. They're put up, they taking pills. And my thing is that, and if you have to take a prescription from them, your enemies, to keep you balanced, I'm not saying that you're not strong. You're just not above the ones that don't have to take none of that stuff and they're able to function and operate 100%. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they would be like at 100%, you would be at a 90%. Because if you and we all been to class and we all understand how, minus points and, all that stuff works when it comes to them deducting you, when it comes to your work, your everything that you do, you get deducted. Okay? If you don't have one skill better than the other. So if y'all understand that, I'm not saying the ones of y'all that do take prescriptions, y'all ain't great. I'm not saying that. Y'all just going to have to understand the ones that don't take it, their body is a lot more cleaner than yours when it comes to them giving you these chemicals that you don't understand. So if you understand that, thank you. The one that says, I understand. Thank you so much, Samantha, for saying that. You have to understand that, okay? You have to understand that. But I'm not saying that you ain't a bad mamma jamma because you over here taking prescriptions. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that these other ones that are not, they're going to have a deeper activation than you will when it comes to getting there, okay? And again, I'm hearing y'all have went through all y'all life. They taught y'all about competition. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Don't act stupid now is what I'm hearing. Because every bit of trophy that you won would be worthless if you want to sit here and try to get froggy now. That's what I'm hearing. So like however they're measuring humans and beings on this earth is at a fair judgment. It's just right now it's still a lot of confusion on what's going on. And right now, a lot of y'all that's watching me, I told you always gonna be ahead of the game. You always going to be ahead of the game, and you always going to have an opportunity, because I can guarantee you there's a lot of people that watch me that did not roll with me from the beginning, right? Or they did roll with me from the beginning and they went off because I'm more open and talking and I'm standing in my position. And a lot of people that has issues with me is because of jealousy and envy, right? It does not have anything with the person that I am, because guess what? You got pushed through to watch me, and no telling when, yesterday, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, you got pushed to watch me for a reason, and there's something that you learned out of watching me, regardless if you want to admit it or not. And that's how another way that you could tell when somebody is really healed, like they say they are healed. Again, when you can acknowledge your wrongs and acknowledge who you are and acknowledge what we're in, it changes the energy. But we're not there yet, because there's so much hurt and pain and manipulation that is still going on right now. So I feel like that's one reason why this government is also going to be making changes when it comes to certain stuff, because if they start making certain changes when it comes to certain things, that's when we know, okay, they really trying to fix this. And for the ones of y'all that are woke like myself, you're gonna see the power moves that the government is going to be making in order to fix the things that they have broke, that you know that they have broke. Because remember, everybody don't know the stuff that you know. There's still a lot of people that have no understanding what a clone is, what a spiritual journey is, what a shapeshifter is, what aliens is. It's a lot of people that still don't get that. Okay? And this is where you fall back into this competition. Okay, well, shit. That mean I'm the head show over here. I'm the big show in this motherfucking area sector that you're in. Get information. I learned from the best. Now let me get information and let me do what I need to do to help lead my sector. If you're moving like that, I guarantee you the payoff is going to be better than what you can ever imagine. But not a lot of people move that way. They get jealous. They get envious. They try to stop and mess up the person that's the teacher, because they feel that they should be in that position. Not knowing that, like I said, come on now, bro. Some of y'all, a lot of people know that there is a race that has been here longer than everybody else. Okay? Everybody knows that. And they finding out the hard way when it comes to that. So like I said, you're going to have some that's going to jump and get on ship and say, okay, I'm doing this for everybody. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving. And you can move in that energy, and you can sit there and control. That's why I said they have done so much to help these other races control their anger, control, the species within them that the other races don't have. And the same thing with the other races, control, not popping off, not destroying, not doing a lot of things. Each race goes through their own side effects of who they are and their characteristics of who they are. Some characteristics, some effects is stronger than others. And you know that. So like I said, a lot of this is simple. A lot of this stuff is not stuff that, like, you gonna really find out who's the ones that's really the ones that is hatred. Once all this stuff come out, the ones that still have that hatred, that's who we going to war with. Because I said there's going to be a war. And the ones that sit there and say, nah, I'm going to stand up regardless of what race I am. You should not do this and blah, 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 blah. And trust me, it's all colors fighting on that side. It ain't just one color. It's all colors right now. Because I can guarantee you these Caucasians is tired of getting sacrificed too. Shit. Okay, so it's a lot going on right now. It's a lot of stuff that has changed when it comes to what they were doing back then. Because again, these Caucasians, even though it's tough for other races to admit it, they have a lot of melanin in their blood. And that's the reason why they can stand in the sun and all that stuff, because they have enough melanin in them to help them live. They have enough DNA in them of ours to help them live. Now, again, that's a battle within themselves on how they can balance their other species outside of ours. Because if, again, and a lot of y'all have been doing, a lot of y'all have to take medicines for some shit. So like I said, the ones of y'all that's taking medicine, this is where you a star seed. I automatically see you as a star seed because you're doing something outside of what the originals will do to help balance and save who you are, your existence, and everybody else. Okay, that's why I said you ain't losing nowhere. You just over here. You stepped out there and did certain things. Like I said, you expand your horizons. You expand your horizons. And you got there. Okay? Just saying. So I feel like this message is just a message. These are downloads that I'm getting. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of changes. If we start seeing this government making changes to decrease the friction that has been put upon us so we can be able to activate the proper way, then that lets me know that they are getting us prepared for the war that's above us. Okay? Because like I said, yeah, you're going to have this war down here, but you also got a war above you in this dome that you in. And my son watched the Truman Show for the first time ever in his 18 years. And he was like, I thought I let them watch it when we was kids, but maybe not, when they were kids, but maybe not. But he watched it this weekend while we were for his college thing. And he was like, Mom, he was like, have you ever watched the Truman Show? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I saw it on TikTok. He was like, that show just looks, he was like, that movie just looks crazy. He was like, but, you know, I think I'm going to watch it. So I told him to download it. I was like, okay, well, we going to be on this flight. Download it. Watch it while we on this flight. He downloaded it. He didn't watching the flight. We ended up watching it together when we got to the hotel thing. And he was like, man, he was like, okay, I understand that certain people get put in your life to hinder you, like set up. He said, but for that to be a 24-hour thing where it's everybody around you and you just the only person, he was like, that's scary. He was like, why would somebody be so focused on somebody's life like that? I said, because that person is a star. That person was meant to be a star. You don't know. He could be a god. He could be a pharaoh, you know, and I'm explaining to him who he is. And I'm saying, you went through a lot of this, right? And he was like, yeah, but I still don't want to think that it was everybody around me. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, yeah. So we fell asleep on it, and then we had to end up watching it the next day to finish it. And that's how his feelings was from that movie. So I was just like, that dome, I was like, you see how they showing you that dome that he's in and stuff. I said, that's what we in. I was like, you see how the weather is and stuff. And he was just like, yeah. And you know, it's a process when you start off telling them these things a long time ago and they tell you and they look at you like you crazy. They have to develop in their brain and get to a certain age to understand what's going on. But in between those times, there's a lot of damage that could be done mentally and physically that hinders both of y'all from having that activation that you're supposed to have whenever they get to a certain age to understand a lot of things, right? So you went through those things. You try to teach and help your children or help, you know, your nieces and nephews or cousins, or if you're a role model, certain things, but you know, understand that they have to go through certain journeys themselves. And you know, at one point, if they in the same crew as you, they're going to catch up to you. But you also have certain people that's in the same crew as you that sabotage you because they made a decision to choose another side. Okay, so let's get to the index cards. Yeah, let's get to the index cards. The Truman Show. Roll in Peace by Kodak Black is playing in the background. All right, so let's see what's going on. Okay. So it says, I see the future now. So somebody sees the future now. Let me put that back. Let me put this down. Okay, I see the future now. It says, tell readers that our bullies about to have a tower moment. The Illuminati. So the Illuminati could be seeing the future now. Or like I said, these tarot readers could be too. It could also be you as far as a good thing. Regardless of the situation, is a good thing because these motherfuckers is seeing the future. And they see a tower moment is not a good sign for them. It says something was held back from you. So something was held back from you. It says, I know how to be your friend, Divine Feminine. I regret how I treated you. A karmic is going good for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So here's the thing. So I see the future now. So let's say this karmic was moving off of greed, envy, jealousy, magic. Because we all have had magic put on us, spells put on us, the false, not understanding who we really are. Like I said, a lot of people have the availability to make things right. But there's some motherfuckers that don't, that have been created to not make things right. And that's why I said there's going to be a war. I would never say there's not going to be one. Okay? You will never hear that out of my mouth. Ever. Okay? At all. I know what has to be done when it comes to certain energy in order to get everybody to activate the proper way. The ones that are meant to help. Pew, 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 pew. The super, yeah, them, y'all have to, trust me. That's why they created martial law too. Okay, so, but there's somebody that's seeing the good side of everything after it has been said and done. So now this person regrets how they treated you because, again, they part of that Revelations part where they in sorrow and they're like, damn, I fucked up. How can I go after a god or a goddess or a chosen person or somebody that's very gifted? And that makes me see myself as a bad person inside out. Can I take responsibility? You know what? I'm going to take responsibility for my actions. I'm sorry the way that I treated you. I did not know. I was brainwashed and manipulated just like how you was. I hope you can forgive me. I'm not asking for no favors. I ain't saying, let's be hand in hand, but just please respect me for who I am and the decision of me coming in and saying what I need to say. I was wrong. And I did some horrible things because I was an illusion. I can respect it. Does not mean that you have to fool with that person. But guess what? We mended that. We mended that. But you don't have a lot of people that's in that energy at this time. Not saying that they're not going to do it. It's just not a lot of people that's in this energy at this time because, again, it's still too much chaos going on. So it says a masculine hid a camera in Divine Feminine's house. So there's a masculine that hid a camera in your house. It says you have the power to change things. So even though somebody hid a camera in your house, you have the power to change things. A man that got his butt enhanced. So there's a man that got his butt enhanced that's involved in something. Texas Rangers. So this Texas Rangers could know about this camera that somebody put in your house. It says the way they programmed men was a setup to hurt women. So look, for a masculine to put a hidden camera in your house, that is definitely blackmailing and all kinds of shit going on over here. It says someone is about to be a star. Was counting on this person. So you was counting on somebody to do the right thing and they didn't. It says Honda Civic, so somebody could drive that. It says incest in the family. Karmic hurts herself to blame it on divine masculine. So somebody's doing that. Gray, so there could be gray energies that's significant. This is the gray aliens. Principal. Okay. A principal is involved in something. It says there's a principal that's in the Illuminati. It says friend and family member hurt divine masculine. I'm a player. Someone that got lip enhancements. So if there is a man that got butt enhancements, he probably got lip enhancements. If not, there's somebody that got lip enhancements, and then there's a man that got butt enhancements. So it could be two different people. So it says in 2 days, something's going down. It says I have sex for money. So somebody has sex for money. It's possibly this person that got butt enhanced. I don't know. It says my mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me yes. Buffalo, New York. Police set up divine masculine, and it could be the Texas Rangers that could have been involved. It says roofing company. I have secret money, divine feminine. A newer lover than new, brand new. So somebody y'all getting ready to get a newer lover than new. And it says confronting their shadow side. So somebody's confronting their shadow side. This is where I said somebody, if you're watching this, you're gonna get an apology from somebody. Okay? There's an apology coming from somebody. Now, I don't know. Some of y'all could be having it in 2 days, but I do feel like some of y'all are gonna be getting that apology in this lifetime. Just know that. Now, how you deal with the relationship moving forward is up to you. Okay? Okay. We got some that hit the ground. Okay, so we got Elazar. We have Kentrell, Ushery, Cecil, Lucio, Fitzgerald, and Milton. Straight out the jungle. We have Wallace, Ronell, Jenkins, Ryder, Daisha, Antonio, Kelly, Andy Savage, Raul, Galvin, Yvette, Walter, Rafaldio, Raldolph, Laderick, Lee, 2 L's back to back. Lee could be a girl name or boy name. Aaliyah, Euless, Donnell, Jonathan Majors, Tressell, Cordell, Leticia, Biggs, Ferguson, Shanae, Patricia, Trice, Dubin, Misha, or Misa, Tasha, Ezra, Trymon, 2 T's back to back, Diana, Ramel, J-Bug, Jarrell Houston, 2 J's back to back, Driver, 3 D's back to back. Somebody in Serpent King, Serpent Queen energy. Borny, Hung, Rivera, Jana, Dickerson, Dougie, 2 D's back to back, Batchin, Sugar, Tiana. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm saying this shit right. Yeah, Tatiana, Jenny, Marvin, Rochelle, Cage, Smith, Devin, Drea, 2 D's back to back, Kimberly, Kimberly Michelle, Pete, Kinlaw, Anastasia, Janelle, Zaim could be a girl name or boy name, Darnicia, Vaisha, Felicia, Amber, Tinkerbell, Susan, Amel, and Kodak Black, Bill, Calhoun, Capri. Let me get back to what y'all was saying. Okay, so it says the way they programmed men was a setup to hurt women. I'm a player. You have the power to change things. I regret how I treated you. Something was held back from you. Someone that had got lip enhancements. Karmic hurts herself to blame it on divine masculine. Incest family. Texas Ranger. A karmic is going good for divine masculine and divine feminine. Friend family member hurt divine masculine. Was counting on this person. A newer lover than new, brand new. Buffalo, New York. A man that got his butt enhanced. I see the future now. Confronting their shadow side. Someone is about to be a star. I know how to be your friend, divine feminine. Illuminati. I have secret money, divine feminine. My mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me yes. In 2 days, principal, Honda Civic, gray, police set up divine masculine. Masculine hid a camera in divine feminine house. Tell readers that are bullies about to have a tower moment. Roofing company. And it says, I have sex for money, divine feminine. And I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Bro, if somebody hid a camera in your house for real, you probably can't help this person. Is what I'm hearing. If one of your masculines, they're getting ready to get caught up. Is what I'm hearing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. But again, I don't know if this masculine set up a camera in your house because the police forced him to. Or if the police knows about this masculine setting up the camera in your house unwillingly and they didn't have anything to do with it and they getting ready to get his butt. And I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. Make sure you thumbs up this video, like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. And you have a good rest of your day.